But it's tricky, you know, if you're trying to teach your kids right from wrong, you got to choose a side often because not everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. So how do you know? Like abortion, some people think it's murder. Some people don't. I think people should get abortions, like a lot, like as many as you can. You should try to get a lot of abortions. You know why? Because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs for the doctors and the nurses and the dumpster guy. Everybody gets a job. They have to work. How are they going to feed their kids if you don't kill yours? You got to think of everybody. Abortion is a big topic, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade. Of course, we all know what this is. This was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion, and Wade was the baby, I guess. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I never found out who Wade was. Wade must have been the baby. Anyway. But now that we don't have that, every state has to come up with their own law based on how people feel. They have to listen to people and see how they feel. I think most Americans feel, on average, the same thing about abortion. They feel like people should be able to get abortions if they need them, but, just keep it down a little bit. That's all. That's just go ahead, but, come on. Do it, but don't be like, woo-hoo-hoo! Like, just. So we need a law that covers that keeps it available but limits it. Here's what I think we should do. Let's make this the law. You can get an abortion anytime, anywhere, but if you get an abortion, you have to eat it. I think that's fair. Because that'll make you, fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. Just trying to make everybody happy, Some Catholics believe that contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there. At some point, everybody dies at some point. I hope I'm not breaking that to anybody here. It's an interesting thing about human beings. We grow up with the knowledge that we're going to die. We live with it. We live our whole lives knowing that it's going to end. I think that takes courage. I admire us for being able to do that. Other animals don't do that. Other living beings, they don't think about, well, fuck, I might as well. I don't know why I'm going to die. They just do whatever they do. They live in the moment. You ever seen a dog sneeze? Whenever a dog sneezes, first of all, their whole world explodes. And when the sneeze is over, they don't know anything anymore. They got to start their whole education from scratch. You ever seen a dog walk in a room looking pretty intelligent? Hey, everybody. The fuck? But we know we're going to die. I found out when I was 7 years old that everybody dies. My grandfather told me. He said, everybody dies. I wasn't even talking to him. I was just trying to blow out the candles. Yeah, I was 7 years old, and I suddenly had this knowledge that everybody dies, that life ends for all of us. And I remember I was excited. I wasn't excited to die. I was excited that I know this thing. And I was 7, and I knew other kids my age didn't know it. And I wanted to tell them. I wanted to be the person that tells people that everybody dies. I remember having that thought. And the first person I wanted to tell was Benji, this kid across the street.
And I wanted to tell him because I hated him. I really did. I hated Benji. He was 6 and I was 7, and I wasn't friends with him. I would just, anytime I came out to my front yard, he'd come out to his, hi. And I hated him. He's the first person I ever hated. To me, he was a piece of shit cocksucker. That's how I felt about him. And I didn't even know those words. I was 7, I didn't know how to talk like that. So I would just look at him and I would just feel that way without a name for it. And then one day I heard some guy yell, piece of shit cocksucker, and I was like, yes, thank you. That's exactly what I feel about that child. Anyway, one day, I'm in my front yard, and piece of shit cocksucker Benji comes out in his little shorts. And I was like, ugh. Comes out to me, he starts bragging, he's like, I got a new bike. And I was like, really? You're gonna die someday. It's like, what? Like, you're gonna die, Benji. And he's like, no, I'm not. I said, yes, you are. He goes, how do you know? I said, because everybody dies, Benji. You're gonna die. And your mom's gonna die. And your daddy's gonna die. In that order. Anyway, he started crying. And he starts running back. It's still funny to me after 40 fucking years. I still remember it so well. Little Benji running into his house. Run, Benji! You can't run from this shit, bitch! He ran in his house, and then he came back out with his mother. And his mom's got his little hand, and she's furious. And I was scared. She walks up, she says, what did you say to Benji? I said, I told him that everybody dies. She said, why did you say that? I said, because it's true. And she said, well, not necessarily. I was like, what? She says, well, some people die and some people don't. So you never know, you might make it. Make it to what? And my head was spinning. I was like, wait a minute. So I'm like, I have so many questions for her. I was like, wait a minute. What about people from the Bible? I mean, they're all gone. What about Abraham Lincoln? He died. She's like, well, somebody shot Abraham Lincoln. But if they hadn't and he took care of himself, he might still be around today. I was like, really? And all of a sudden she goes, well, we have to go. And she just takes off. Like she walked away very quickly because I think she realized she picked the wrong argument to get on this side of, this was gonna end badly. And I ran inside and I told my mother the whole thing. My mother said, don't talk to that lady's a fucking idiot. Don't talk to that lady. I fucking hate that lady. Don't talk to her. My mom said to me, baby, don't worry. You're definitely going to die. Fucking fat. It's ridiculous. Like I even wear, like I have this problem now. My pants I can't keep them they won't stay up because here's what happens. Okay, you get fat, and some of you skinny people won't. I don't give a shit about you. You won't get this. I hate skinny people because they don't empathize with fat guy problems. They just don't. Like, you ever have a skinny friend? You're trying to tell them like, I just wish I could have one donut and fucking walk away. I wish I could do that. I wish I had the power to eat a donut. And your skinny friend's like, well, just eat the donut then. What's the big deal? You should totally just have a donut if you want. You should totally go ahead and have one. Just enjoy yourself and have the donut if you like that. Fuck you. You don't get it. It's a whole spiral that begins with a donut. Later I'm killing hookers. I don't even remember what happened. But so here's what happens. You get fat and your pants start to get tight, right? And then you get fatter because it's not like, oh, I'll stop eating now, you know? And then suddenly all your pants fucking hurt. Like every pair of pants hurts. And then you eat even more because it's like, fuck it now, man. Who even cares? Fat shit. Fucking obsessed with food. I went to this fucking thing with my wife and kids where it was like the kids and their kid friends and just a house full of assholes, that have kids. And I'm just standing there fucking, I just want to kill myself and I just want a bomb to drop on the whole house and take us all out. And I get in there, but then there's a plate of cookies. And like, as soon as I'm like, that's when I'm done, I'm eating every fucking cookie on that plate. That's what I'm here. That's what this all is fucking that. So, and you have to have a strategy, You can't just fucking stand there and just fucking, fucking eat. You have to like sort of keep rediscovering the cookies, You have to walk over and go like, oh, hey. So who brought those? That's cool. It's interesting. You do this. This means like I totally could not eat it, but I'll just don't want to hurt people's feelings. Brought the cookie. That's interesting. I can take it or leave it. Totally fucking radar back there. Okay, new people around the dish. Do it again. Hey, if people start noticing, you have to say something like, these are crazy. Like, I don't know what it is about them. Yeah, it's the fucking cookies. It's not you're a piece of shit that can't stop eating anything. But, so here's what happens, though. You get fat enough, though, what happens is your belly starts to push out like this, and then it pushes your pants down to your pelvis because they won't hang in the normal place anymore. And then down there, they feel loose, and you start going, hey, losing weight, all right, I'm coming down. My pants are getting loose, I am getting thinner. I ate my way through to the other side, I did. Fucking, I don't give a shit, I'm fat, look at this shit, I don't fucking care. Look at that, I don't care. It's just a sweaty bowl of fucking flesh. I don't care. Look how fucked up this is, too. It goes right in. Like, it goes at a right angle. It hits my pelvis. It doesn't, like, slope back down. It fucking goes in and then back up. It's fucked up. Like, when I'm in the shower and I'm scrubbing like this, when I get down there, I gotta turn in like this. I gotta actually make a turn. I gotta fucking cut in, or the crevice gets fucking filthy. It's ridiculous. It is. It's like a theater seat. There's like fucking receipts and shit and popcorn and fucking kids' toys and fuck, what the hell? My body's just falling apart, man. I got tits now, too. I just got tits. And that is a fucked up day in a man's life. When you look in the mirror and you realize, fuck, I got, because you don't see them coming. They're sort of pouting out a little by little, and then one day they just fucking fall a little, and that's it. You have tits. And they're there for good. They're not gonna like go back. It's fucking over. That's the thing, is that I'm 39. I'm not gonna get better now. I'm not gonna be all ripped when I'm 48. It's fucking over. It's this or a lot worse for the rest of my life. But the tits were the worst, because I used to laugh at guys with tits. That shit ain't funny to me anymore. Because that was an awful moment. I'm just standing there looking, had all these feelings. They must be the same feelings that a teenage girl has when she gets her tits. It must be the same. It's the only thing that a 12-year-old girl and a 40-year-old man have in common is that moment. Nothing. To carry my books like this now. I don't know. You know what the thing is? I don't give a shit. I don't care about how I look. I'm bald, I'm fat, I don't give a fuck. I'm married, I got 2 kids, my wife hates me. What am I gonna get laid if I lose a few pounds? Who fucking cares? Like I'm gonna get mad pussy if I suddenly look better? No. That shit is over for me forever. And I'm glad. I really am, I'm relieved. Now when I see a beautiful girl walking down the street, I'm like, hey, fuck you, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Go fuck somebody else, I'll jerk off to you later, probably have a better time. Not like she would have fucked the shit out of me anyway, not like she would have given me her best. I never really got the best out of a beautiful woman. I had sex with a few beautiful women, and they didn't really rock out on my dick so much. It was more like, kind of like, all right, why not? Give it a, she's kind of funny, just sort of a fucking begrudging fuck in a weird situation with a lot of regret afterwards. I've been there, like, and I was in Oklahoma City. I slept with this beautiful woman. She was so hot, and she got really drunk, and she fucked me. And the next morning, I wake up, and she's looking at me, and she's like, oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't believe y'all got to fuck me. I can't believe. She was so bummed out. I think she felt like she had raped herself with my dick. That's actually, like, how she felt. That's so weird to realize that you were somebody's bottom. Like you are somebody's place that they got to. That they saw you in their bed and went, oh, fuck, okay. All right, I gotta totally stop all this shit now. Fuck. I gotta go back to school. I gotta fucking reconcile with my dad. I go, oh, fucking shit. I love when I see a date. You know, you see a date, you can tell it's a first date because the way they're walking together, and she's looking up at his face, trying to figure him out, and he's just a mess. The guy in a first date he has no actual personality. He's just a mishmash of different kinds of dudes for a couple of seconds each. Just anything. No cohesive, just like a ransom note cut out of a lot of magazines. Just, yeah, yes, I think so too. Whatever, just like a blind dick in space, just thrusting in infinite directions, hoping to find pay dirt at some place. And then sometimes you see a date that's later down the line and something has happened. There's something that happens in a date that I never get to witness, because women do this. They get to do it inside. They get to just decide quietly, I'm gonna let him fuck me. They just get to decide. Something he says, and she's like, that was good, he's gonna fuck me later. And he has no idea. He's still like trying all this shit. He still has no idea he's already in there. I was in New York. I went to this Polish meat place in New York, and I go to the guy at the counter. I was like, "Hey, can I get a sandwich?" And he's like, "Yes." And he just made me a sandwich. That was it. He didn't ask me what kind or anything. He just made it. It's got like raisins and bones in it. What the fuck? People from other countries eat weird food, man. I was in Chinatown, and you know where the groceries... I know that's not another country, but you know... you know when the grocery stores in Chinatown, they're for the Chinese people to eat their actual food, and I was in one of those, and they had duck vaginas. I swear to God. A huge barrel of fucking duck vaginas with a scoop stuck in it. And I'm standing there just staring at this fucking huge thing, and I'm thinking, could we possibly dominate a species more than that? Than that we're selling their vaginas in a fucking barrel? Fucking ducks are just like, dudes, Jesus. You won the war, take it easy. You don't have to sell our vaginas. I didn't get any because I don't want to know what if I love duck vaginas? I don't want to find out. It's not like millions of things taste like a fucking duck vagina. It would be very specific to be addicted to that. Not for me. Everybody has their time. Everybody has their time. I mean, not everybody. There are people out there who there's just nobody for them. Yep. People like to say things like, there's someone for everyone. Nope. Not at all true. And stop saying it because it's mean to people who never find anybody. There are millions of people out there who we've all unanimously decided they are light speed ugly and nobody kisses them on the lips even. Nobody touches their genitals their entire life. They just wash it and then they die. That's all that happens. Oh, and if you're feeling bad for them, you can go find one and fuck one tomorrow. You can just solve the problem right there. With all that kindness in your heart. Well, go fuck one. Nah, I didn't think so. That's the one way we're all mean. Nobody does that. Nobody fucks down. Nobody. People fuck up or across. Some women fuck down because a guy talked them into that it was up. Yeah, no, you should. I'm totally up, yeah. Folks, for being here tonight. Good night, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Close the fucking door. I'm not done. Close the door. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. She was nice. I feel bad. She was nice. She's been working here for like 60 years. I just fucked her up. That wasn't nice. Lady in the red coat. Oh, fuck you, man. Who are you, fucking Itzhak Perlman, asshole? It is a little fucked up to be here doing the shit that I do. When you consider that somewhere as a kid in, like, you know, Yugoslavia playing the fucking violin in a basement and putting coal on a fire and shit, and so that he could someday sit in a chair right there, and I'm sitting here going, ah, fucking yeah, and just shitting and pissing. Anyway, let me tell you a couple more stories. Sure. I truly have nothing better to do for the rest of my life. This is the Carnegie Hall.
I thought I had COVID about 3 times. I'm one of those idiots. I was like, I think I have it. Can you feel? I'm bad with pain, too. Like, the other day I hit my elbow right on that spot where if I had a gun, I'd be dead now. You know, I can't do pain. That's why I could never be a cop. I couldn't walk around with a gun right here. There's 50 things a day where I'd be like, fuck that ain't worth it. That's my main problem, by the way, with the whole defund the police idea. What about people that want to commit suicide by cop? What about them? Anyway, we'll put a pin in that, but... We had a lot of protests in New York, and now we have protesters that just live here. They're not at a protest, they're just here. I saw a protester in Washington Square Park. She had green hair and dirty legs. And she's holding a little piece of cardboard, and it's with a Sharpie. It said, "Abolish billionaires." And she's standing there. And I thought, I don't think that's gonna do it. It doesn't feel like that's gonna result in Jeff Bezos going, what's happening to me? Sadly, it's gonna be okay for him. I thought it was good how young people got out there and they expressed themselves. They went out there to solve a lot of problems. Not all of problems, but some of them. They went out there to stop discrimination. Not all discrimination, just some of it, which is a weird form of discrimination. But there are groups that are discriminated against who don't have any protesters or any people working for them. And we all discriminate against these people, like ugly people. Everybody discriminates against ugly people. They do, and it's awful. I mean, I'd rather be discriminated against for my race than for being ugly. Because you might not lose a job or a promotion, but nobody kisses you on the lips like your whole fucking life. Like, try that. This is what we say to ugly people. We don't like your face. We just don't like it. So no one's gonna fall in love with you, and it's unanimous. Sorry. And we just expect ugly people to be like, oh, no, I understand. I mean, sure. It's my head shape is no good for you, so I'll go without the things that matter in life. Also, overweight people. Overweight people deal with things that none of us deal with, because I'm not overweight. There's people who are discriminated against because of their weight. I read a story once about a woman who's 600 pounds, and she couldn't get medical care. Because everything she goes to the doctor, he just says it's because she's fat, everything. She's like, my knees hurt. He's like, yeah, my knees hurt just looking at you. What did you think was gonna happen? She's like, I have chest pains. He says, yeah, because your organs are over capacity, so they're hurting. She's like, I got shot in the head. He said, yeah, because you're fucking fat. Somebody shot you in the fucking head because you're fat. It's a terrible story. Here's the worst part of the story, and this is true. This is true. She needed an MRI because she had something serious. She's 600 pounds. She doesn't fit in the machine. You know what they did? They sent her to the zoo. I'm not kidding. They sent her to the fucking zoo. That's what we do for fat people who need an MRI. Hey, here's your prescription. Go to the zoo. Yeah, that's where you should go. You should go to the zoo. By the way, you know how many fat people we have in this country? About 600 trillion billion thousands of them. You know how many trans people there are? About 38. But if you're trans and you need a restroom and it's awkward, we'll change every restroom. But if you're fat and you need an MRI, you go to the zoo, you fat bitch. Just go to the zoo. You go experience that today. What happens when she gets to the zoo? What actually fucking happens when she arrives at the zoo? Hi. Are you here to see the monkeys? No, I'm here for an MRI. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, just stand in the straw over here. Yeah. You're after the walrus who has lymphoma. By the way, why is there an MRI machine at the fucking zoo? Who was developing that instead of a fat human being MRI? Who's paying for this shit? You don't give an elephant a fucking magnetic resonance image test. What are you, fucking high? That's obscene. If an elephant is sick, you just listen. You do this thing. Misa thinks she's gonna die today. I'm saying this out of respect for elephants, by the way, because we're supposed to respect how they live. They don't fucking cure their diseases. This is not their culture. This is our weird. Let's fix it. Oh, he's sick. That's not how elephants live. An elephant in the Serengeti isn't like, I have a lump, I have to see my oncologist. When an elephant gets cancer, he falls over and he takes his fucking turn and becomes food. You don't put an elephant in a state-of-the-art... What if you find cancer? What, are you gonna give him chemotherapy? The skinny elephant with a pink baseball hat? Each day is a gift. I worry about getting old only because I don't want to lose my memory, you know? I mean, some of it I would love to lose. But it doesn't work that way. You gotta take it all or none, I guess. But But I forget things, you know? Like, remember Fonzie from Happy Days? I don't remember him. I don't even know what you're talking about. I forget weird things, you know? Like, I was walking down the street once in New York, and there was a guy in a van, and he rolled down the window and he said, "Hey, get in the van and suck my dick." And I said, "All right," you know? So I got in the van and, you know, I was trying to pull the door, the sliding door, but it kept, and he's like, "It just shuts, you don't have to." I was like, "Sorry." He's like, "Everybody does that, it's okay." So I'm kneeling on the floor of the van on like a purse, and there's no lady in there, but I'm like, I came here to suck this guy's dick, not like take inventory. This just gets to work. So I start sucking his dick, and about halfway through, I'm guessing, I remembered that I don't really like doing that. So, senior moment. Anyway, I've been traveling. I went to France last year because I thought I should leave the nation. Felt like a good idea. Would have left the planet if they had another one of those, but I went to France. I had a great time. I fell in love. I met a woman. I fell in love in France, and we've been together since then. It's been nice. Yeah, okay. It's nice having a girlfriend from another country because you learn a lot about that country. I learned a lot about France from being with her. I never knew these things about, like, one time she was sick, and I was taking care of her, so she had a fever. I gave her a thermometer, and she put it in her asshole. Never seen that before. Turns out the whole country, all of France, puts thermometers in their assholes. And they don't put their eggs in the fridge. They have no respect for temperature in either direction. I was like, "Why are you putting it in your asshole?" She said, "You don't do this? You don't put here in America?" I said, "No, we don't put a glass thermometer filled with mercury in our anuses. You fucking savage." Well, we do it to babies and dogs because they can't talk. Every American baby's first words is, "Get that fucking thing out of my asshole." You ever take your dog's temperature? You have to hold your dog's ass still, and then you slip it in there, and your dog looks at you like, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?" And you're like, "I could never explain it to you, but I need to hold it here for 60 seconds. Dogs are so dumb, it's fucking tragic. It's sad how dumb they are. They're in our lives and they know nothing about what's happening. You ever been having like a dramatic moment in your family, like you're in the living room telling the kids that grandma died and everybody's crying and the dog's sitting there like... I know you. They're so stupid. Incredibly stupid animals. They don't even know their own lives. They can't even handle their own lives mentally. You ever throw a ball for your dog, and your dog gets the ball and brings it, and then you throw the ball again, the dog brings it, and then one of the times you throw the ball, the dog looks at you like, "I didn't see what happened. I'm sorry, I don't know anything now. Please help." So you point at the ball. "There it is. It's right there. It's right there." And the dog just looks at your finger. Because there's just no way he's going to get this concept that there's an invisible line that he can follow with his imagination. I have a great dog. I got a dog last year. She's a great dog. I did not adopt her, I'll be honest with you. I bought her with money. That's the truth. People always ask me when I walk my dog in New York, "That's a beautiful dog. Is she a rescue?" I'm like, "No, she's very expensive. Please don't touch her." I did rescue a dog last year, and it bit everyone in my life. So I unrescued it, and I bought a dog that works. In New York, everybody rescues their dogs like this. I rescued this dog. I rescued her. She has no eyes. And she's dead.
One time I had a gay dream, though, because you can't control what you dream about. I had this dream that I was in Italy. It's a really weird dream. I'm in Italy, like in an outdoor cafe with a friend, and these two young boys pull up like on scooters, like, you know, and they go, "Come swimming with us. We're going to go swimming." And it's a dream, so you just go along. I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So I get on the back of some kid's scooter, and we go up in the mountains. And they're in this lake, and they take off their clothes, and they go, "Come into the water! The water is beautiful!" So we start swimming with these gay kids. And I asked my friend, is this gay to do this? To, like, swim with young Italian boys? And my friend in my dream, he goes, "No, we're just hanging out." And I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, so I'm making out with one of the kids, right? And it hits me, of course this is gay! What the fuck am I thinking about? How could I have made this mistake?
I have two daughters. One is 10 and one is 13. They're both gay. I'm raising them gay. It's my choice. Most people raise their kids straight. I'm raising mine gay. We're starting out at gay. They can do whatever they want later on. But as long as they're in my house. I keep a strict gay household. I tell them every night, "Good night, honey, you're gay. Okay? You're gay. That's right. Brush your gay teeth, honey. Good night, gay, honey. You're gay. Daddy loves you as long as you're gay."
You know what's funny to me? The people get angry that there are gay people that they don't even know. Some people get so angry, like somehow that someone's gay, like thousands of miles away, like fucks them up. There's guys that just like, "Hey, someone's sucking a cock, damn it! Ah! I know it, someone's fucking a guy up the ass, ah!" Like, I can understand it if like two guys are blowing each other on your lawn where you're trying to cut, you know? "Oh, come on, I can't cut there. Someone's got to stop these gay people from this behavior. It's not right." I was talking to my friend about my neighbor once, and I asked him, "Do you think he's gay?" And my friend goes, "Yeah, he's really gay." What does that mean? How do you get to be really gay? Are there levels? Or you start out a little, "I'm just a little gay, I don't know, just only a little, I just feel like touching a penis, that's all," just like that, just a little tiny touching of the penis. Then one day you're taking it up the ass, jerking off two guys and blowing somebody all at the same time, and you realize, wow, I'm really gay. Boy, I am the gayest man in the world. I am faggotor, no one is gayer than me. That's a very gay person right there.
I like getting older, though, because for me, the kind of guy I am, getting older makes my life better. You know, like my sex life, way better at 45. Because of the kind of, look, because this situation is okay at 45. This is not a fun kind of a 17-year-old to be. And some people, their life is better when they're younger. You know, young dudes, young skinny dudes. Best life in the world is being a young skinny dude. They don't have to do anything. They just show up with a big Adam's apple and a smelly t-shirt. "Hey, I'm here for the easy pussy for the rest of my life." "So where do I, oh, everywhere? Okay, cool." But for guys like me, this is not a fun youth. It gets better. I'd like to make one of those "it gets better" ads for just dumpy young guys. We could use a little help. A little encouragement, just somebody on TV. Listen, man, I know it's tough right now. You're vaguely heavy with no face. You have zero value on the sexual marketplace. You feel invisible to the girls in school because you are. But it gets better because you all grow up and you pretty much look just like this your whole life. And they don't. Their options start running out really fast and you're gonna be there. As long as you stay relatively employed and washed, you're gonna be amazing. In your 40s, you're gonna be the branch that she can grab before she hits the ground. It's gonna be so great. It just takes time for her circumstances to match your looks, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. When real shit matters, you're gonna be the sexiest motherfucker in the world. It's just time, that's all it takes. There's a formula to this. It's pussy plus time over income squared.
Anyway, that's all history. Sex for me, it's gone. It's just me and my wife, and it's sad because my wife is beautiful. I love to look at her and I feel for her. She's gorgeous. She really is. She just turned 40 and she looks awesome. And it's not because she looks younger than 40. She looks 40 on the nose. But I like that. I didn't know I would, but I find her really sexy. I like that. I like women. It's a huge turn on. She's got gray streaks in her hair, and I find that sexy. I really do. She's got strong arms from picking up the kids. She's strong and sexy on a whole other level, you know? She's changing. She smells different. She used to have blue eyes. They're black now. She's like intense, kind of crazy looking, you know? And all these lines in her face from all the shit I did to her, you know? She's got character. She looks like one of those pictures from the Depression of the Dust Bowl farmers, you know? She's intense. I like it. It turns me on. That's what I like now. I like women, you know? Girls, I'm done. Long time ago. 22-year-old girls, God bless you. Go do a shot. Whatever the fuck you do with your time. Woo! That's not me anymore. I like women. And I know that that's offensive to 22-year-old girls. You're like, I'm a woman. I'm 22. I'm totally a woman. I study women's issues and I'm a woman. Not to me, sorry. To me, you're not a woman until you had a couple of kids and your life is in the toilet. That's really when you become a woman, is when people come out of your vagina and step on your dreams. You're still standing after that shit. You are a woman. If you're still going to clubs and you have a ponytail or a little dress, you're standing outside of a club waiting to get in, it's 2 degrees, you got no jacket, it's a little dress, it's gonna be great in there. You're a girl. I want to give you a sweater and a ride home. I don't want to fuck you, I'll jerk off to you, but I don't want to fuck you and get involved with a girl. I do want to fuck you, but you won't fuck me, so fuck you anyway. But I'll totally fuck you. But there's just a difference between girls and women, and it's not about age. Like there's a reason why they call it Girls Gone Wild. You notice there's no Women Gone Wild, because no one would fucking buy the Wild Women DVD. Because when girls go wild, they show their tits to people. When women go wild, they kill men and drown their kids in a tub. That's what wild women do. They don't show their tits to nobody. They fuck with their bras on. It's a whole other thing. Try taking your 40-year-old wife's picture when she comes out of the shower. Fuck you! Get the fuck out of here! It's not funny. She's not, you thought it would be cute? Like, no, she's like, fuck off! Sorry. Because she doesn't have tits anymore. She has breasts that need to be checked and maintained. I get bills for my wife's breasts. That's some grown-up woman shit right there. Girls have the titties with the little perky nipples, and that's awesome. But you're not a woman till you got long, chewed-up nipples. And you're not a man till you suck one of those fucking things either, by the way. Thank you very much, folks. I hope you had a good time. Thank you.
Good night. Do you guys think there's a God? How many of you, by applause, believe there's a God? How many people? All right, it's about 30 out of 1,400. That's nice. That's nice. That shit's over. It's just fucking over. You go into a church, it's like going to a roller skating rink on a Wednesday. It's like, this used to be something. What happened? I don't know. I don't think there's a God. And that's not a conviction. I just don't suppose. I just reckon there ain't. I reckon there ain't no Lord. And because I don't believe there's a God, I fucking hope there's not a God. I fucking hope. Oh, please. If you don't believe in God, you better fucking hope. You better get on your knees and pray. Please, God, don't be. Because that's a bad thing to be wrong about. That's a bad wrong. You're an atheist your whole life and you die and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, you're shitting with a beard and everything. Fuck. Oh. Yeah, I'm going. Yep. Being wrong the other way is not a big problem. If you believe in God and you're wrong, you don't really have a problem. It gives you a little comfort in your stupid life. And then at the end, you're just seriously disappointed for like a second. It's the last feeling you get to have. You die, you're like, nothing? Seriously, nothing? Yeah, just get in the dumpster, sorry. Sorry, you're just garbage now. I mean, if you don't believe in God, that's what you believe, that when you die, you're just garbage. You are your family's newest garbage.
But I'm really glad you're here. This is a sizable crowd. This is a big place. There's about 2,500 people here. And that's a lot of people. That's enough people to be like a sample of the population. 2,500 people is enough people that you're all going to experience a lot. There's enough people here to say that within 2 months, at least one of you will die. I'm just saying, I think it's probably accurate to say that out of any random group of 2,500 people, not all of you are going to make it to Christmas. Unfortunately, there's going to be at least one of you here tonight is going to ruin your family's Christmas by dying a shitty death. And I don't know who it is, I'm sorry. I don't know, your death is whatever. Some people, they want you to do things when they die with their, like, I want you to take my ashes and sprinkle. Fuck you, I'm not doing none of that shit. You're dead, I'm not gonna run errands for you after you're dead. You don't matter anymore. Some people try to do something, noble with their bodies. They try to have their bodies have some use after they're dead, which I think is a good thought. You're only borrowing your body. You're only borrowing everything. If your body's worth anything when you're done with it, you should pass it on. That's something I really believe. I mean, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. Ew, it's mine. I have a lot of beliefs, and I live by none of them. That's just the way I am. They're just my beliefs. I just like believing them. I like that part. They're my little believies. They make me feel good about who I am. But if they get it in the way of a thing I want, or I want to jack off or something, I fucking do that. But some people take their body. My grandmother, she, just for the layman, my grandmother, she gave her body to a medical school, so for it to just be examined and dissected, which is a good thought for that. But you know, they're her survivors, or her family. That was a person. That was my grandmother. She used to wear glasses and say things. And now she's just shaved head on a metal table with a hungover medical student trying to dig out her pancreas, and he gets an F. Imagine being the body where the kid got an F on you. The teacher's like, "No, you idiot." And he writes F on her tit with a Sharpie and just throws her down a chute on a pile of F body. So, I don't care about her. Shut up, idiot. Just shut your fucking mouth. Did you hear me before? Okay, so what am I gonna do with my body? I'm gonna die, and I gotta tell people what to do with my remains. And I have an idea for something to do with my body, or for other people to do with it, that will do good in the world. And it doesn't exist yet as like an institution, but I'm gonna create it, starting with my body. And what it is, it's a place where you can go and be with a dead body, and you just do whatever you want. And the point of this is that there are people out there who have sexual compulsions and they can't control them. And so they go and they bother alive people. And this, you get it out of your system. This is the deal. You go in the room, there's nobody else with you, you got 90 minutes, you just do whatever you want. Whatever it is. Shit in my mouth, you want to stick my toe in your pussy, piss on my face, whatever is the thing you got to do. Jack off with the cartilage of my ear, whatever is your heart's desire. I want to be the Willy Wonka for perverts. I want to be... You can come on my back and pretend that I'm your father. I am dead, I don't mind.
I don't know, when guys come, they like to talk about it. We like to tell you. I remember one time I was with this woman, and we were having sex for the first time. It was our first time together. It was also our last time, but I didn't know at the time that it was going to be our last time. You don't know it's going to be your last time till some time goes by, and you're like, yeah, I guess that was it. It's rare that you know while you're doing it. And she's like, I'm not doing this again. Like, while you're fucking. Just so you know, this is definitely the last time. I completely regret this fuck right now. That's a bad kind of a fuck. The kind that turns into a rape halfway through. Anyway, I was with this woman. We're having sex, and I was gonna come, and I felt like talking about it. But it was our first time together, so I was a little hesitant. You know, when you're with somebody a bunch of times and you're in love, then you just go, ah, baby, I gotta fucking come! Ah, shit! Oh, I gotta fucking, ah! Just let it out. But I didn't really know her, so I was like, I'm probably gonna, it's probably gonna come. I just feel like it's coming. It's most likely. She's like, what? What? No, I just think I probably coming. Gonna. Okay, I get it. Go ahead. Because I'm back there. That's why she's got to. I'm back there. I'm always back there.
so they don't see me crying. I get a little paranoid having sex with a woman from behind because you don't know what's really going on. Can't see her face. I don't know how she completely feels. The whole time she might be like, I'll tell you this story about one time that I thought I was going to die. I think it's the only time where I thought, why wouldn't this be when I die? I was on a plane. I've been on a lot of planes and a lot of shitty weather and stuff, but this shit was fucked up. I was in Indianapolis on a plane waiting to take off, and we're sitting there, and the pilot comes on, and he says, hi folks, the fuel gauge is broken, so we're waiting for maintenance. So we wait about 20 minutes. Then he comes back on. Folks, the fuel gauge is still broken, but we're going to go anyway. We know how much fuel we have, and we feel confident it'll be okay, so we're going to go. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he's a pilot. I'm sure he's going by some manual that says, you know, if the fuel gauge breaks, call maintenance. If they're not there in 20 minutes, fuck it. Fuel gauges are overrated. Just go. You're fine. Just top it off and remember what happened. So then we still don't take off. And the guy comes back on. Folks, we have another problem. LaGuardia Airport in New York won't give us clearance to take off because the weather's been bad there intermittently. So we're going to wait for that. So we wait 20 minutes. Then he comes back on. Folks, LaGuardia still hasn't given us clearance. But we're going to go anyway. We're looking at the radar. We think the weather will be fine. So what we're going to do is say that our destination is Philadelphia. We'll get clearance to go there. Halfway to Philadelphia, we'll switch course to LaGuardia Airport. We'll be happy there in a few minutes. I swear to God, he said this. First of all, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be honest with the dude in the tower. Like, does the dude in the tower have to go, really? You're going to come on? Tell me where you're going. And why is he telling us this shit? Am I going to have to corroborate this lie if we get pulled over by the sky police at some point in the flight? Oh, no, we're totally going to Philly. I got a brother there, and we got a thing in Philly. But I'm still fine with it because we're travelers on the plane. Yeah, I got a thing. Fuck it. I'm immortal. Just go, please. Yes. Go into marginal weather with shoddy equipment secretly. I totally support this plan. So, we take off. We get above where we are right now. And it's just a black motherfucker of a cloud. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. It's just, there's trees throwing apples at us. It's crazy. It's just horrible. And we're the whole flight, and we're making these circles. And me and the guy next to me are both listening to the tower. You know how you can plug into your seat sometimes, and you can listen to the tower talk to the area airplanes. And we keep hearing our guy trying to get clearance to land from LaGuardia. This is Delta 288 requesting clearance to land. It's a negative 288. Low visibility. A few minutes go by. This is Delta 288. We would really like clearance to land. Yeah, that's a negative 288. Like he was getting annoyed. And meanwhile, we're just circling and burning this vague amount of fuel. We could just stop being an airplane at any second. And then we hear this. This is all true. The LaGuardia guy comes. It's LaGuardia Airport to all area airplanes. We are closed for the night. Zero visibility. Not safe for landing. Please divert to Philadelphia or Allentown, Pennsylvania, or Boston. And then we hear our guy. This is Delta 20. We need to land now. We have no fuel. We have no fuel. We have to land right now. Interesting. Then there's a pause, and then we hear this. Well, then clear to land, then 280. That's how he said it. Like, dude, no one can see, okay? But just, I guess all the dumb decisions you made today have made this a good one. Just take a shot. I'm going home. Just fucking turn the lights off after you crash. I don't give a shit, frankly. By the way, you're not supposed to be here, you fucking liar. You said you were going to Philly.
So as soon as we get clearance, we just like we start bulleting. We're either flying desperately towards the ground or falling. I don't know that there's a difference. We come out of the clouds and there's the fucking Earth right fucking there. It's right there. That's what low visibility means. We come out of the clouds and no fuck, it's right there, Jesus! And the plane just, and you can feel the plane go, oh fuck, I can't do that. What are you, nuts? And we go and veer over the highway, and I swear to God, I saw people in their cars go, what the fuck? And we hit the runway like sideways, like poof. And the pilot comes back on, all true, I swear to God, he's totally out of breath. He's like,
welcome to LaGuardia Airport, New York City. You may turn on your cell phones now, and you may call your loved ones.
he said that. He said, you may call your loved ones. And everybody on the plane was crying and rocking back and forth, just sobbing, calling their husbands and their wives. I'm divorced. What am I going to
Hi, remember you hate me? Well, I almost died.
And I got in a cab, and the cab driver goes, that was a very bad landing. I was like, how'd you know that was me? He's like, that's the only plane to land in 4 hours. We all watched the drivers. We said they're going to die. You know, it's a lot of work having kids, especially now, as opposed to the past. Because in the past, you just had your kids and they just did their thing and you did your thing. That's what it was like for me. I'm amazed at that now. Because I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. My oldest daughter is 8 years old. And when I was 8, my mother, she would go to work and I'd go to school. We were like roommates. There was no... She'd just go, see you later. Maybe I'll have a child when I get home from work. I don't know. I would go to school and then I would just wander around town. And I would do weird shit. I used to go to the store and steal tampons. I got in this weird thing where I stole tampons every day. And I never got caught. I mean, the guy probably saw me, but he's like, I'm not confronting the kid who steals tampons. I did a lot of weird shit when I was a kid. I showed my penis to a girl with Down syndrome that lived down the street. I did that. Go ahead and judge me. I was 9. I mean, I'm still the guy who did it, but I was a kid. I just really wanted a girl to look at my penis. I wanted to have that moment. And I was too afraid to ask any girls that didn't have Down syndrome. Basically, was the... Because girls in my town scared me. They smoked parliaments and had feathered hair and leather jacket. You fucking queer! They were tough. But she was approachable. I met her behind Kentucky Fried Chicken by a dumpster, and she was just nice. It's a true story. And I asked her, I didn't just go, hey, look at my fucking dick. I asked her, can I show you my penis? And she's like, fine. And I took it out, and we're both standing there, and she's looking at me like, dude, what, you think you're the first person to do this? I've seen every dick in this town. Just put it away.
That's what it was like when I was a kid. I mean, not for everybody, not every single. Oh, sure, we all showed our dicks to fucking people.
I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shitty. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians. And they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident. And we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here, they're like, hi, and we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right? No, it's not, it's totally other place. You're not Indians? No. Ah, you're Indians. You're Indians for hundreds of years after. We ruined everything here. This was it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking. And they'd be like, ooh, that looks yummy. And then they just eat from the ground. And then they'd sleep on the grass. And they'd wake up and they'd fuck. And then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that. I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs. But that's always going on. What are you gonna, you can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, just a little, that's just perfect. Like, why wouldn't, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, yeah, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever, they just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, what the fuck did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you shit all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over, did you fucking spill this? What is that? It's oil, it's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill. Well, why did you take it out of the fucking ground? Because I wanted to go faster. I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the fuck do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit. Well, because jobs. What is a job? Explain to me, what's a fucking job? You work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out. What do you do that for? For money. What do you need money for? Food. Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it up, make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it, and like I like when it has like bacon on it and I watched somebody do that the other day after a meal. They went, oh, it was just mwah, mwah. And I started wondering, what does that mean? What does that signify? Mwah. I think what it means is that you ate something so delicious that you then kissed somebody on the asshole and their asshole exploded. That's some good eating. That's a nice sauce. Is that good? Yeah, let me show you. Shit! Let me have some of that. That just destroyed my anus.
I love animals, I do. I do. We have a weird relationship to animals. We name them and we play with them and we kill them and we eat them and we stuff them and we draw them. I have a dog. I love my dog, but I don't know my dog. We've never had a conversation, not one time. I talk and she just hears She looks at me and I'm like, yes. She's like, what? You don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. Fuck you. I don't know this bitch. I have no idea what she's thinking. I really wish I did. I wish I knew what she was thinking. It's my biggest wish maybe in life is that I knew, because I know she has thoughts. I know she does. There's no way she's just like, dog. There's stuff going on in here. I've seen it. You ever watch your dog make a decision? You ever watch your dog just walk in the room and then look around like... Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Why? Please tell me why. I think my dog thinks I'm insane. Because I look at my life through her eyes. Like, I'll watch TV for 4 hours. And from my dog's point of view, I'm just sitting there. Why the fuck is he laughing? What happened? My dog is my life now because my kids are growing up. My kids are in college and they're all, you know, I'm an empty nester. That's what you call it when your kids are gone, because they grew up, not if they're dead. It's not used that way. My daughter died of leukemia. Hey, you're an empty nester. I miss it. I miss having little kids. I think about it all the time. I think about it maybe adopting, you know? I could adopt a baby from a third world country. That's a good thing to do, because you can just leave them outside. You don't have to... You know, it's interesting. We've been adopting babies from other countries in America for a long time. You know, other countries do it too, but I live here, so I'll talk about that. But it's an interesting thing. It's not a biological imperative to go get a baby from thousands of miles away, but we've been doing that in large numbers here for a long time. And not always for the same reasons. There's been different reasons why we've done it. In the early, like in the 70s when I grew up, sometimes you meet a couple who had an African baby that they brought because they're those kind of, you know, these kinds of people, you know. The kind of couples that hold hands when they announce things. You know those kind of people? They gather their friends and they're like, we've decided. You know those? They have a farm table with a clay pot of honey on it. And their apple juice is cloudy. You know what I'm talking about? Those are the kind of people that make a trip to Zimbabwe and get a baby and name him Kevin and send him to Boston College, whatever. That was like the 70s and 80s. Then in the 90s, it became very popular with gay couples started to adopt babies from China because they want to have a baby, but they can't. They both have dicks. I don't know if you know that. Did you know that? Gay couples have 2 dicks. So they can't make a baby. You can try. You can just really fucking... You could try to come into one dick with the other. Like, if you line up the dick holes, and you can come and the sperm goes up this dick and down that one. And then the sperm gets to the balls and they're like, wait, what the fuck? Did we turn around? Because we're in the balls again. Whose balls are these? These aren't even his balls. Oh, he's gay. Fuck. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's just swim around till we're dead. It's just the way it is. You're not gonna. A baby will never come out of a penis. It's good. It's a good thing. Because it's hard for women. Imagine pushing a whole baby out of your penis dick hole. Even just a hand. Yeah. Anyway, so that's why gay couples adopt. That's why. And often from China, because they make a lot of stuff there. So that was that. That was the gay couples were adopting Chinese babies because they couldn't have babies, and then a lot of other couples started doing it more around the turn of the century. I used to live in Hollywood, which is a pretty awful place, and everybody there gets Chinese babies. It's very popular. They go and it's not because they can't have babies, and it's not because they're trying to help somebody from far away. It's because they're just busy. They're busy. They want to have a baby, but they don't want to have a baby. You know what I mean? That thing where you can't have your baby and eat it too, or whatever. I don't know how that works. They don't want to get pregnant, is the point. So they go to China. They don't even go to China. They go to the airport, and somebody from China meets them, gives them a baby. It's true. They just take it home, and then they get a Jamaican nanny to watch their Chinese baby. And they go to cocktail parties. We have a Chinese baby. It's amazing. And meanwhile, the Chinese baby and the Jamaican nanny are just alone looking at each other like, what are we doing? What is it? What is this? Why can't either of us see our families? Why? What the fuck is the point of this? You know, I was watching The Wizard of Oz the other day, and because that was a storm of dicks, you know, that was a tornado of dicks. Dorothy! Fuck. I really was watching The Wizard of Oz the other day, and there was this moment that really freaked me out. I'd never noticed it before. It's, I don't know if you saw The Wizard of Oz. It's about a little girl named Dorothy. She's played by an alcoholic older lady. And she lives in Kansas, and she has a little dog, and she's like, my dog, help everybody. And all the grown-ups are like, this is a farm. It's the Depression. We have things to do. Anyway, so there's a tornado, and everybody goes inside, like immediately. They just leave her. It's so traumatizing. When I was a kid watching this, because they didn't give a shit, Auntie Anne was like, Dorothy! Okay, fuck it. And she just goes right inside. And they bolt the door. And Dorothy comes like 10 seconds later, and she's going like this, and they're down there going, nah, man, you're the weakest link. Goodbye. Anyway, she goes to Oz, and there's this moment that really, this one time, I've seen it a lot of times, but it's when Ray Bolger plays the Scarecrow. He gets very upset, and he has this moment where he goes way over the top, even for this movie. It's when he gets torn apart by flying monkeys. And the Tin Man comes over and he goes, what happened? And he says, well, first they tore my arms off, and they threw them over there. And then they tore my legs off, and they threw them over there. I've seen this movie like 1,000 times, but for some reason this time when I got to that moment, I was like, holy shit, what was that? The fuck is he doing? And I wondered if, like, Victor Fleming, who directed the movie, if he had any moment during the filming where he was like, I think I need to have a word with Ray. Because that's getting to be a lot. All right, let him do one more. Action! What happened? Well, first they tore my arms off, and they threw them over there! And then they tore my... All right, cut! Oh, shit. Listen, Ray.
Yes?
You're fine. Just keep doing it. Fucking pain in my ass.
So I called a friend of mine the other day. You ever make a phone call and you get the wrong number, and the person that answers can't believe that you would ever get a wrong number? You ever get someone who doesn't take it in stride? I got this lady once, I was like, hi, is Tony there? She's like, who? Tony. I don't know it, Tony! How did you get this number? What do you want from me? I guess it was the first time her phone rang in like 20 years or something. She hung up, so I just kept pressing redial. Put Tony on or I'll fucking kill you. Put her on! I used to like when my phone rang. Now it's always some idiot calling me. AT&T calls me every day. Hi, it's AT&T. You're calling. If you want to switch to AT&T, it's good service because you call your friend on the phone. And they can be in another part of the area. And you call them, and you don't have to yell or anything. You're just right there. So what do you think? Would you like to switch? It only costs some money. Would you like to switch for the AT&T? And I'm like, no, I already have AT&T. I have it already. Why are you calling me? Well, still, you want some more? Because it's good. Get some more AT&T. It's better than other ones. I know, I have it! Stop fucking calling me!